top all the way screwed in tightly.
Okay.
Now what you're gonna, oh, it's okay. Now the top, scoop the top over some to the right. Just the top, not the whole thing. No, the top.
You saying this part?
Push that there. Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right. All right, that should be good. All right, so again, we were going over a question, Matthew chapter 5 and verse 46, right? Going in about this partial judgment that the Pharisees had, right? So let's go back to this Matthew 5, and we're going to jump around a little bit, and I'll see if you got some questions. We can tap into it. If not, we can still give you a little brief understanding. What's your name again? Malik. Shalom, Malik. Zion, man. I know we spoke for a little bit. I think you was there when the guy in the wheelchair was there, right? Right. I remember that. Yep. No, you good. I got you. I'm going to bring it back to your mind. Right? I'm going to bring it back to your mind. So, huh? Right. Definitely. And then the woman came up. I remember that, right?
Yeah.
She came up.
Yeah, he was talking.
Right? Yeah. There it is. But, okay, so let me try to get everybody back online on this YouTube. Like I said, we were going over this Matthew 5 verse 46. Let's just revisit this real quick. Let's revisit this Matthew chapter 5 and verse 46 for a question regarding how Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus, right, how he was responding to them. Do you have any biblical knowledge, Malik? Okay, no biblical background? Okay, so I'm going to try to explain the best I can with what we're going over, right, to keep you in the loop. But basically, you heard of Jesus, right? So one thing that Jesus, Yahushua in the Hebrew tongue, right, he who saves, what he was doing was that he was checking out these leaders that were partial. And partial means that they had favoritism, right? A lot of our people have favoritism when they deal with our people. What does that mean? Let's say a woman, right? She has favorites when it comes to a style or a type of man because of what? His car, right? But that car, that's cool, but his spirit is what? Probably boo-boo, right? But it don't matter, though, because they like the car, so favoritism. I'd rather pick this person over that person, right? But Yahushua, Christ was now checking the Pharisees because they were like the leaders, the judges of the nation, right? So that's like you coming to me with a cause, you got an issue with this brother here, right? But since I know him, he's my homie, and you're coming with a cause, I'm like, yeah, bro, nah, that didn't happen. I know that didn't happen. Let me, I overtalk you, but why? Because I know him. I don't give you now the benefit of the doubt to let me know what happened in truth. Because I'm what? I'm partial. I have favoritism. You see this? And this is now what Yahushua or Christ was now checking the Pharisees about. All right? So let's read this Matthew 5 verse 46. For those that are just joining back on.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 46.
Go ahead.
For if ye love them,
right,
which love you, what reward have ye?
Right. So if you now love them which love you, you're showing attention to what? To those that only care about you. Right? What reward do you have? What is the Heavenly Father going to give you for this? Go ahead.
Do not even the Republicans the same?
Right? Do not the publicans. The publicans are your average people. Your average day citizens, right? Those that are living wickedly. Those that are doing, and what do I mean by wickedly? They're doing the adultery. They're doing hit and run just for fun. They sitting back hitting lines of coke. Right? They out there at the parties, sipping champagne out of belly buttons, right? Doing all the average Black, Hispanic, and Native American activities, right? Publicans. Go ahead.
And if ye salute your brethren only.
And if you salute your brethren only, right? Like you only notice those that are like you. Salute is a sign of respect. Yes, it is an introduction, right? Hello, right? But it's also a sign of respect when you salute now a brother or a sister, but you're only saluting those like you. That means you don't care about everybody else, right? And mind you, is that why is Christ speaking like this? Well, because the Pharisees' mission was supposed to take care of the people. We were supposed to heal. We were now supposed to now judge them properly when they had situations. We had our own judicial court. We had our own judicial proceedings when you deal with this Bible, right? So we handled our own matters. But if you're now partial or you have favoritism, like most judges in America is, they're more favoritism for the prison system. That's why they're so quick to lock up a black man, right? That they'll throw him in prison without looking at the evidence that shows that he's innocent. No, go ahead.
I got a brother that's going through that.
Right. Talk a little bit louder. I got back here.
Oh, he locked up on 25 to life. His life is in danger. He's either killed or be killed.
Right.
And not even, I think that his sentence was like 3 weeks. That fast.
Right.
This is that fast. Just like that.
Think about that. So they didn't even look at the evidence.
And he's a 20-year-old man.
No, who's a 20?
My brother, he's 20 years old at the time.
Oh, right. I think you said something about it, but 20 years old, but that's partial judgment,
Yeah.
right? Because you didn't even look at the full facts of why this young man now had to do what he shoot.
Yeah, he murdered somebody.
He now had to shoot somebody. But obviously we're hearing that it could have been what? Self-defense. And we know police officers get self-defense off every day, right? Listen, the brothers that just whooped on, what's his name? Yeah, what's the brother's name, man? Huh? How'd you forget? Nah, not the Houston brother. The one that was in, he's in Memphis, right? Y'all remember his name? Was it Aubrey? What was his name? He was yelling for his mom, right? The black officers that beat him up.
Tyree?
Huh?
I think Tyree.
Yeah, Tyree, right? Tyree. I want to see what they do in that case. Are they going to drop them charges? Huh? Or are they going to now have just judgment? Because if not, listen, them cats went after that man. Y'all see this? But that's just the judicial system. But we're seeing that the Bible doesn't talk about partial judgment. It actually talks against. You see that? That's why this new kingdom that Christ is going to return with is going to bring back justice. Think about all the atrocities that's happened to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American throughout the ages, right? Think about the manipulation, right? Think about the brainwashing. Think about the psychological warfare against our own people, to where we now used to fight together in the 60s and 50s and times before against our enemy. But now it seems like we've put on the Ku Klux Klan outfit, right? We've taken off the Jordans. We've taken off the jerseys. We've taken off Louis Vuitton, Gucci. And now we've actually put on the Ku Klux Klan boots, the hat, the hoodie, the swastika. And now we're doing their bidding one for another in our neighborhoods. It's crazy, man. Right? Think about that. And a lot of our dealings is not proper judgment, man. Come on, man. A lot of us are all in the same situation, but this is what Christ was checking the Pharisees on, the teachers of the law, is that y'all got to do things the right way. So read this one more time.
Verse 47.
Come on.
And if ye salute your brethren
Right.
only, what do ye more than others?
Right. How do you now deal with these brothers than others, right? What verse is that?
47. Matthew chapter 5, verse 47.
Right. Read that one more time.
And if ye salute your brethren only,
Right.
what do ye more than others?
Right. Yeah, if you speak only to your friends, right? Let me get this real quick. That was 5?
5, verse 47.
Right, 5 and 47. Right. Read verse 46 one more time.
Verse 46.
Uh-huh.
For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the Republicans the same?
Right.
And if ye salute your brethren only,
Right.
what do ye more than others?
Right. So if you salute your brethren only, what's the difference? What makes you different from these other wicked people is what Christ is talking about, right? Go ahead.
Do not even the Republicans so?
Right. The publicans move like that. They move in partial judgment. They only care about their own people, right? Selfish. Go ahead.
Be ye therefore perfect,
Uh-huh.
even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Right, so let's jump back to this James 2 real quick to get more understanding about this partial judgment that we're not supposed to have, right? And this was another reason why the Pharisees was fed up with Yahushua. They was fed up with Christ. Y'all see this? He's doing all these healings. He's winning over the people. He's everything we're not. He's going to take up our place is going to be gone by the Romans, right? We got to get him up out of here. And when you deal with the Bible, this is actually real history, archaeological history, right? When you deal with the nation of Israel, right, Hebrew-speaking people, we were at this time occupied by the Romans. You see this? And that's just a whole other class just dealing with and we'll touch a little bit tonight about what happened, right, to the children of Israel, the gods and kings of the earth, right? What happened to us? Well, we start disobeying our Creator. And that's why we're in the state that we're in, because you hear it a lot. Man, the black folks, man, we was the gods. We was kings and queens. When? Right? When? And it is true. But then the question is, well, what happened? Because I don't see blacks in England no more. Right? I don't see us living a prosperous life no more. All I see is government cheese, another death on the TV, right? And the nucleus family being destroyed. And when I speak of a nucleus family, Priest Kwatazab did a fabulous class on it. I'm talking about the structure of a household. Man, wife, and children. That ain't there no more, right?
No, I mean, cut off.
No, please, ain't good.
My family, like, I'm the black sheep, so I'm the baby out of 10 kids. And I've been trying to explain, like, my sister, like, my nephews, they need their father. They need to be around me.
I think we talked about that too.
Like even with my dad, with my family, my mom tried to separate me from my dad.
Right.
She didn't like him that much. So it was, you know, the relationship, I see it all the time. I see it in all these kids. Like,
Right.
We were just playing basketball. Next thing you know, we about to fight. I'm older, so I'm not going to fight. But it's just like, I see why they act how they act. It's like everything is flipped upside down.
Right.
Nobody knows their role.
No. You know, and it's because of it's because of accumulation of things.
Social media,
Oh yeah.
the environment, all that stuff. I don't get into that. I got Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah. No, very good. I'm gonna say this for brothers and sisters. Y'all get the point regarding this Matthew 5:46, right? I'm gonna deal with the new brother that came in. Quick question: what brought you to a class?
Oh, I want to try something different. I mean, lately I've been going through some changes in my life.
Oh, you know what we talked about? We talked about your job. I remember we talked about that. Remember?
Yeah.
You was talking about your job. Okay, go ahead though.
But I just want to, because when I was younger, I was doing the stuff that you was talking about, like drinking, smoking,
Right.
hanging out the wrong girls, hanging out the wrong crowd. Now I'm a little older. And that stuff ain't done me like peace.
Right.
Just bad vibes. And I know I could do better. And as a black man, I'm trying to, be that leader. Because we don't have to know
Right. Yeah. No guidance.
at all.
Right.
I want to be, change history. Start from me first. Like in my family, we all got our, ups and downs. I know it's like, my family dangerous goods, man. Everybody. My father.
Yeah. And that's kind of all our families, right? There's really no. I don't care if you have a what's that rapper I just seen? Money bag. It don't matter if you got a money bag in your family. Money bag cousin's probably still sick, right? And I'm talking about on dope. You know what I mean? Like he's still out there struggling. It don't matter because you got one sheep out of the bunch, right? One sheep out of the bunch that made it. That doesn't change that our whole family, the nation, is under duress.
They'll kill each other, but then kiss everybody else.
Oh man, you're speaking music to my ears, brother. Right? Go here real quick. Go to Isaiah. Right, 9 and verse 16. Go to Isaiah 9 and verse 16. I'm gonna show you something, and then I'm gonna touch, and then go to First Kings. I'm gonna summarize it up like this. So we're gonna go to Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 16. So what we're doing when you deal with these scriptures, talking about precept upon precept, line upon line. This is how you learn the Bible. The Bible is a coded book, right? The Bible is a coded book to where it gives understanding within the book, right? And this is why a lot of times a lot of pastors did a lot of disservice to our people, not fully explaining and going through different scriptures to give the edification of what the Bible was trying to show our people, right? And what we're going to do, we're going to be able to go through the Bible to now show you a narrative that it's speaking on, right? Or a message that it wants you to know, right? And there's many, right? So we're going to start here at Isaiah 9 and verse 16.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16.
Come on.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Right, and you said it, right? We don't have any leaders, right? The leaders of our people cause us to err. But let's really think about it. Who's the leaders? Beyonce, right? Beyonce, the witch culture now.
Yep.
She's a full-fledged witch, talking about on her website, she was wishing everybody happy birthday, right? Like out of nowhere, right? And we got a video on that dealing with birthdays and how that's the most satanic holiday in the satanic Bible, right? It's self-worship, right? Who else is a leader of us, right? I think I just seen Al Sharpton pop back up on CNN. And we know Al Sharpton is a government informant, right? We know he's a government informant not for the black folks. He's working for the so-called beast of the so-called white men we call Esau according to the Bible, right? That's the leader. Who else we got? Come on.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Farrakhan.
Right? Oh, man. Priest Zaquan went crazy on Jay-Z. Said he looked like a llama. Woo! He said Jay-Z looked like a llama, man. I lost it when I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Tory Lanez was talking about how Jay-Z got him locked up.
Oh, Tory Lanez is finished. Tory Lanez in prison, man. Talking about, I didn't do it. Same thing with R. Kelly, right? Everybody want to follow R. Kelly with his nasty self. Look at him now, right? Now, I'm not saying he did all of it. He obviously did some of it, right? He facing 30, They just hit him with another 10. Hit him with another 10 piece, Talking about he might be getting out, right? Young Thug, right? He said, something, I want a man. Well, how did he say it? That little freestyle he had? But mind you, I'm bringing up these individuals because this is who our people look to. They look to Lil Durk. I'm the voice of the streets, right? They look to Lil Kim, right? They're looking to Nicki Minaj. Not no more so. They're looking more to Cardi B,
Yep.
right? They're looking to, who's these other little hoes out here?
S.O.W, man.
Oh, man, I got a class I want to do. It's called, I'll tell you what it's called later, right? But yes, they give themselves for fame.
Like, how do you people don't know that this is fake? Everything is just fake.
Well, that's the point, though, is because they're locked into this greed for fulfillment, right? They want to fulfill that flesh, so it doesn't matter. Why do you think they're so? Quick question: have you ever seen the what's that one show on Hulu or Stars with the Raising Canaan? You seen Raising Canaan? So I brought up this point about Raising Canaan, where it was a crackhead that I think he's seen a murder. And they paid him off to go and leave. Why the cash? Right? But what happened? He got off that bus and went back to do it. What did he went to do?
Get high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with him, he had snitched, and the police officer paid him too, but the dude didn't want to kill him, so he tried to tell him to go.
Right.
And if he stayed, he was going to kill him. But
Right.
Coming back, he's going to be high and spend the money.
Right.
He ended up getting killed.
So he ended up getting killed to do what? To fix that high. I mean, let's be real, man. McDonald's. They put something in McDonald's, man. They had me in hot and spicy the other day. I was like, they put something in it. But think about it. I really think, I thought about this while I was driving. I'm like, man, people get to the obese size, right? They're obese. What would cause a person to keep eating like that?
Right.
You see this? The logic, like, you know you overweight, obese, borderline death is creeping, and you still doing what? Big Mac. Let me get 2 large fries. Make sure it's crispy now, right? You checking them at the front. Make sure it's crispy, right? But it's like, dang, how are they so addicted? How are they so addicted to things that's so destructive? But the reason being is because we're gonna touch into it, right? Because there's 2 very important things about yourself that a lot of our people don't know about, right? Which is what? We have a terrestrial and a celestial body, right? Which is your spirit. Your celestial is your soul, your spirit, right? That force that animates your skin. Have you ever seen somebody's funeral? You been to a funeral before? So you see whenever you have that dead body, that person don't even look like the person that used to be there in that body, right? Yeah, that spirit's gone. That's just flesh and blood. You see that? But then you have what? Your flesh, the terrestrial, your flesh. And a lot of us are driven by our flesh, not our spirit. Here goes a better one, right? When you know you need to go work out, right? But then your body starts to get tired, you get relaxed, you don't want to move nowhere, you want to get lazy, right? It's like they're fighting against each other, right? I can make a good decision, I can make a bad decision, right? A lot of times that bad decision is what my flesh wants. The good decision is what my logic is telling me not to get into, right? There's a battle that everybody battles. That's why you have individuals like King Von, right? That understood that he was just going to be a straight demon. That's why the Most High had to take him out. He was a murderer, but he was a murderer that loved it. It wasn't like he had money and stopped. He was robbing people when he had hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was robbing interviewers. Like, bro, you love that life so much. You robbing interviewers now. Oh, you bold. But a lot of our people get bold is because they don't understand about themselves. They're not understanding what life is about. That's what you about to get a taste about, or taste of. Read this one more time. Come on.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16.
I want you to hear this. Go ahead.
For the leader of this people
Right.
caused them to err.
Right. Our leaders cause us to err because they facilitate us continually doing negative. They facilitate us working on the flesh. Your flesh, that stomach. I'm hungry. A lot of times you ain't hungry. You just need some water. Have you ever heard of fasting? Why can't a lot of people fast? Why do you think a lot of brothers and sisters cannot fast? Don't let me tell you like in NLE Chopper, he on a 3-day juice fast. Talk about, see, a lot of y'all can't do this. I'm on 3-day juice fast. But no discipline. You don't know how to control your body, your flesh. You see that? Why do you think when your stomach growls, your mouth starts to wet? It starts to salivate. You now start to think about the best recipes ever. When you told yourself I wasn't going to eat, it's because your body's fighting your spirit. You see that? Your body's fighting your spirit. A lot of people are like that, right? Money's more important, right? So I'm going to do what? Go get it by any means necessary. Now I'm making bad choices. Oh, $150,000 on Charleston White's head? I may have to go do that now.
It's crazy. Now I'm at the age. I need my mental health.
Right.
And my spirit let me know that not these jobs, then it's not about the money.
Right?
I know it's when I'm talking to some people, they still speak. They think that I don't want to make money. It's just I don't make money. You know, you got good money and bad money.
Right?
Sometimes, I'm not gonna do what's best for me.
Right? No, indeed. Indeed, but what you got to understand is that this was the problem with our people as a whole.
Money, you put money, our health.
We put our desires before the Heavenly Father. And I'm going to show you. Go to Kings real quick. That was it on that?
Nah.
Finish that.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Go ahead.
And they that are led of them.
They that are what?
Led of them.
So they that are led, taught, shown, right? Influenced. Go ahead.
Are destroyed.
And that's why we're destroyed. That's why you got these little young 14, 15-year-old boys sagging, weighing about 95 pounds, soaking wet, because they high all the time, eating Wendy's, right? No nutritional value. Talking about I'm a strong, I'll whoop you. Boy, stop. Right? Stop. Who you think you is, man? You grew up in a good household, man. And it's the same thing I heard about Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke lived in the good part of Brooklyn. His family was the mailbox, the postal services, right? He ain't had to be like that, but it's because he was led astray by what? These people that call themselves leaders, like Trey 5'9". What is it? Trey 5? Who was it with 6'9"? Who was it? Isaiah with 6'9". The little gang that he was with.
9 Trey.
9 Trey. 9 Trey Bloods. Treyway. Right? Them cats was vicious. But think about all the things that the leader had his underlings do. Look at them now. Now they doing what? 20 to life. Right? I mean, look at young Gunner. Look at Gunner right now. Not Gunner, but what's his name? Gunner done got out, boy. He done got a whole record deal and everything. He got a record deal with the cats that's getting shot up, huh? Who did he get a record deal with?
I don't know.
No, he got a record deal with he just got a record deal with the person that just got out of his contract. So look who he just got a record deal with. Oh, he got a record deal. So he dropped what is it? YNB? What is it? YSL? Slime Life, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
He got it. I don't blame him though. He getting away from Young Thug. Because Young Thug as a leader was very slow. But look what his crew did. Right? I thought that was your homeboys, man. They singing like mice, man. 3 blind mice. right? Again, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just showing that, well, their culture says that you don't do that.
Right.
But you was down for it when he was giving you the orders, right? Well, why don't you just be a man and take your punishment, right? I don't want to respond, right? It is what it is, right? Oh, no. This was a gang, right? I did shoot that. It wasn't my drugs, right? But just showing us that this is where your leader got you. And this is our problem. A lot of our people are being now walked along a dangerous path by brothers and sisters that don't care about you. And we've been in that same since the beginning, man. Since we came here in America, right? And then when we were in our homeland, we were following other nations. We were worshiping other gods. And I'm going to show you, right? So let's read this 2 Kings 17. 2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 7. We're going to read a little bit. But this kind of like summons up a lot. Go to 2 Kings chapter 7, right? Yeah. 17. 2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 7. So when you deal with Chronicles and Kings, this was now a historical, right, writing of what our people were doing, what our kings were doing, right? This is now our Chronicles. This is now where we go to see where the kings was doing, the prophets, right? And mind you, this is all history that's actually valid. You see this? So we're in 2 Kings chapter 17, right? And 17, I said verse 7, right? Right, and we hit this the other day, right? And this is speaking about whenever now the northern kingdom was now eradicated out of our land, out of Sumeria, right? But I want you to hear this because what you're reading right now is Black, Hispanic, and Native American history that we didn't know before the slave ships.
Right.
Right? This is information that we did not know that we were these people before we came here to America. You see this? I mean, ask any common black man or woman, Hispanic man, Native American man or woman, who were you before America? A lot of our people don't know. We had history. Obviously, we came on ships from somewhere. Well, why hasn't Africa now given some understanding about it? Now, mind you, we were in Africa, right? But I'm going to give you kind of a little quick synopsis of how we got where we're at now, right? But let's read this first. Come on.
2 Kings chapter 17, verse 7.
Read.
For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God,
Right.
which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt.
And this is what we've done. We've now sinned, right? We've transgressed laws, ordinances that the creator of the earth has given us, right? The children of Israel, right? God's chosen children. Go ahead.
From under the hand
Uh-huh.
of Pharaoh, king of Egypt,
Go ahead.
and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen.
And heathen means anybody outside of the nation of Israel. When you deal with the Bible is for, about, and speaks of Hebrew Israelites. You see this? This isn't a book to every nation. And we're going to show that not only through our chronicles, right? Our history, or the recording of our history, but also when you deal with the New Testament. You're dealing with Israelite men speaking to Israelite men and women. You see this? So, again, how now the masses, right, and a lot of our teachers, right, the black churches, they teach false doctrine. You see this? False doctrine saying that what? This Bible's for everybody. Well, we're going to see that everybody don't need these scriptures. And what do I mean by that? Is that there's a certain people in this earth that needs to be saved. Right? And when you look at the destituteness of our people, that's us. You haven't even looked at, are you familiar or are you up to date with what's going on in Central and South America? Come on, man. They getting treated worse than we are. You see this? In Colombia, they're fireballing, or what they call it, fireballing the brothers and sisters that live in the tunnels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Killing them off.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Venezuela, they out here eating out garbage cans because the famine, no food. What you about to say?
Nah, you're right. Like the homeless people.
Right.
They don't want them. They don't want them. Like in the streets. So that's what they do, like the purge. They literally light those tunnels up in fire and kill the people off.
Right.
Like that's what they're doing to our people.
Oh yeah.
They're literally burning us alive.
That's why brother and sister here in America, you don't got it that bad. Good. You got food. You can go right up the street, 7-Eleven, get you a sandwich, right? Get you some pop. That's destroying you, right? But you can still do what? Enjoy yourself.
Nah.
Netflix, right? You may live on a mattress, but at least you got a roof over your head. Y'all see this?
Nah.
And even for our homeless, they have homeless shelters, right? That a person now that can go and use those resources. It ain't as bad as other people, but still is that I'm showing you here what got us to the point right now, right? And what we're reading is that we disobeyed our power. But I'm going to show you something. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Come on.
And walked in the statutes of the heathen,
Read.
whom the Lord cast out before the children of Israel,
Uh-huh.
and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord,
Right.
their God.
And that was the issue. We now start going against our heavenly power, right? The creator of this earth. Go ahead.
And they built them high places
Right.
in all their cities.
So these high places were now what? We were now doing idolatry, right? We were now worshiping other gods, sacrificing to these gods. You may see a lot of different movies, like the cult movies, right? Where they got to now kill a human, right? To now atone or to pray to their god, Odin, right? I got to make it now a sacrifice to them so that they can bless us. We start doing strange sacrifices that wasn't prescribed to us by our creator in our book. You see this? Go ahead.
From the tower
Uh-huh.
of the watchman to the fenced city.
Right?
And they set them up images and groves
Come on.
in every high hill and under every green tree.
I mean, we do that now. Look at Beyonce. If you get a little bit deeper into Beyonce, she worships something called the Orishas. The Orishas, which is now a Yoruba-based religion, right? Nigerian-based religion that now worships water goddesses, the water gods, right? But that's now what comes with that is what? Magic. They're doing the spells, right? And if you want to get real in detail about Orishas and Oshun, is that they actually sacrifice real men and real women. They sacrifice people. You see this? Just to get a blessing. You know, you already heard the rumors. Oh man, you know, he sacrificed him and she sacrificed him, right? Yeah, these are real sacrifices that they're doing. For what? For money, power, respect. You see this? But that's on the left-hand side, the negative side, right? And if you keep coming, you'll start getting more scriptures and understand how we lived as a people. We did sacrifices to our creator, but it wasn't humans. You see this? It wasn't humans, and it wasn't in the fashion that they're doing it now. And we don't do sacrifice anymore, though. But keep reading.
Verse 11.
Come on.
And there they burnt incense in all the high places,
Right.
as did the heathen,
Uh-huh.
whom the Lord carried away
Come on.
before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger.
Read.
For they served idols,
Right.
whereof the Lord has said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets.
So that's a word that you're going to hear a lot in the Bible. Israel and Judah, right? Israel representing the northern kingdom, Judah representing the southern kingdom, right? But the word Israel is, we're from the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. Yeah, you can bring it up. The 12 tribes, right, are underneath the name of who? Jacob, but surname Israel, Yasharallah, right? Prince of Power. But what we're seeing is that what happened? We now start doing opposite of our creator. Let's get to the point. Go to Amos chapter 3. Go to Amos chapter 3 and verse 1.
God.
Go to Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Then you can go to Joel chapter 2 and verse 26. Then you can go to Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. Right? So Amos 3.
God.
Right? And just showing because, you know, again, throughout this whole book, this is a book of prophecy, right? History that has come to pass and that will come to pass. And that's the cool part about this book. Do you own a Bible? Think about that. What's your thoughts about the Bible?
Some of it's true, some of it's not.
Right. And, you know, think about that. Some of it's not. Well, how'd you get that notion? Right? Was that now something that you studied, or was it now something that you heard?
Intuition.
Okay. Well, come on, but you not now we know that intuition that is not always on point as well. Because again, that goes into what? Not making proper judgment. Right? And one thing about judgment is that you have to have evidence to now make your basis on a claim. You see that? So to say that something's not real, well, if I was here talking to you, I'd be like, listen, you gotta show me that. Show me where there's some type of falsehood in here. You see that? And a lot of times, brothers is getting what? Well, not all. A lot of times, all the time, brothers is getting shown up that no, what your statement is actually invalid, right? Because remember, a lot of times our intuition is built off of what we've been through, right, in life, who we've encountered, statements that's been said. A lot of times we just regurgitate what we hear and not really investigate. I can say that this guy's a bad guy, right? And I can go with it, or I could be like, I've never seen that. Well, what makes you think he's a bad guy? Tell me. Let me get some understanding to see how you now deemed him bad. You see this? I'm going to give you some wisdom. Give me that scripture again. Ecclesiasticus. Because this is a scripture in the Bible that gives us understanding now how to judge, make proper judgments, right? And this is the knowledge, the wisdom that our people need. Y'all see this? This is the wisdom and knowledge that our people need. Somebody give me Isaiah 33:16, right? But check this out. I want you to hear this. So where you at?
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Right, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 7. It's in the Bible. That was just, again, a book that they tried to take out, books that they tried to take out, not make canon. But this is an original translation of the Bible from the Hebrew Scrolls, all right? So we're at where?
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Check this out. Go ahead.
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Yeah, it says blame not, right? Before thou hast examined the truth. Go ahead.
Understand first.
Do what?
Understand first.
No, there's another one that I want. I think it's in Ecclesiasticus 7. It says, check this out. It says, hold on real quick. No, you know what? No, read that. Go ahead and read that.
Time. Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Right, like blame not. You can't cast judgment until you've examined, right? Actually went through and to prove now my thought or my feeling about something, right? Because that's a lot of us do that, man. We make foul judgments just off of feeling, right? Go ahead.
Understand first.
Uh-huh.
And then rebuke.
Right, we got to get some understanding of what we're saying, then rebuke. You see that? That's wisdom right there. But how much more now even dealing with your bros and sisters and matters, let's say family matters, right? Is that now there's an accusation from your sister to your cousin. Well, I know my sister, she won't lie, but then you never know that your sister may not be telling you the whole truth dealing with your cousin. You see this? But if you went with just because she's my sister, I've known her for a long time, now you could be having partial judgment. So let me figure out the truth of what's going on, and then I can now do what? Make a solid judgment.
Time.
You see this? Where we at?
Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6.
Check this out. Isaiah 33 and verse 6. Right? And again, I don't want to put all these scriptures in your brain. You can definitely write them down. We can rap as well, right? Get more understanding. But this is one thing that the Bible is going to bring to your life. Go ahead, read where you at.
Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6.
Come on.
And wisdom
Uh-huh.
and knowledge.
So wisdom and knowledge, right, comes from this book right here. There's a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge. See these pages? Listen, this is mightier than the 40 Yeah, 40 laws of power. What is it?
48.
48 laws of power, 33 strategies of war, right? 50th law. All these other self-help books,
Yeah.
right?
Confucius.
Right, Confucianism, right? Buddhism, right? Talking about, the religion of Buddha, right? This book right here, read it one more time.
And wisdom.
Uh-huh.
And knowledge.
Wisdom and knowledge. Now, we have to understand this. What is wisdom? Right? What do you think wisdom is?
I know what it is, but my meaning.
No, you good. Wisdom, what is wisdom, y'all? Raise your hand. What you got, Davion?
The correct application of knowledge.
Right. Wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. You see that? Wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. And a lot of our people don't have wisdom. You see this? They don't have wisdom. They may know of something, they've heard something, but have they fully applied it to see that it works? So you got to apply the knowledge to now create and bring forth known wisdom. Because it works, right? There's a lot of wisdom in here, proven facts that strategies work. You see this? Check this out. Go ahead.
And wisdom and knowledge
Read.
shall be the stability of thy time.
Right. These scriptures is now going to make us stable. You see that? Like real understanding. That's the problem with the Black, Hispanic, and Native American. We guess too much at things, right? We try to create our own logic behind the situation. If life was like that, right? Everybody thought about their own way of thinking, their own laws. We will be a people of confusion. Whenever you have a nation, right? A kingdom, you have to have law and you have to have order. Everybody couldn't just think for themselves. And what I mean by that is understanding what's moral, what's morale, right? What's right and what's wrong. And when you deal with this book called the Bible, it gives us all this understanding. You see that? So read it one more time.
And wisdom and knowledge,
right,
shall be the stability of thy time.
Right. This shall be the stability. This was going to make you stable mentally, right? Physically, because it has a sources of knowledge. But I want to ask them, well, does your outside source of knowledge give you some type of health regimen? In the book, Sacred Scriptures, is it giving you a health guide, diet, right? Guidance and understanding how to keep your health? A lot of people got to say no. When you start dealing with psychology, does astrology let you know about food, what's good and what's bad? No. This does. You see that? This is an ancient book and not written by the white man. You see that? Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times. Go ahead.
And strength of salvation.
Right.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right. Now jump over to 34 and verse 16.
Right. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord. Right. And read.
Right. And this is the point. A lot of our people don't read the Bible. That's why it says seek ye out of the book and read. Right? Somebody give me 1 Thessalonians 5. Right? Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of what?
No one of these shall fail.
The things in this book won't fail you if you apply it. Right? And this is what we're getting to. Not only is it our history, but it gives us practical knowledge, right, on how to live our life. Go ahead.
None shall want her mate.
None shall do what?
Want her mate.
Yeah, you're not now going to try to go figure out, I need to go to different books to be edified. Right? I need some more understanding to spark my mind. I need something more. The Most High said that you're not going to want her mate. Go ahead.
For my mouth it hath commanded.
Read it again.
From top.
Yeah, read from top.
Come. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Yep.
No one of these shall fail.
Right, and let me show you, right? Let me show you one of the things that won't fail, right? For example, let's go here. And I'm going to take it a little bit long, a little bit over, right, just for the brother. What do you think your ethnicity is? Right. Right? mean, we kind of were. We were taught that we were what? Black, Negro, right? Afro-American, right? We have all these different terms that we went by, right? But I've never heard the language of black. I've never heard a dialect of Afro-American, right? But these Chinese, these Russians, right? All these different other ethnicities have language, they have culture. You see that? But us, it seems that we're just kind of riding on a roller coaster of confusion. You see that? Like disorder. Think about it. Relationships. We don't know how to handle we don't know how to have proper relationships. We don't know who's supposed to be leading, who's supposed to be listening. Right? It's kind of just, we're going to make it up as we go. Right? I'm going to see what works for me. Right? Maybe she may have a good, a good understanding. Right? Better than my last one. Right? and that's the problem. You know, go to Isaiah. Where you at?
Oh, now it's still my.
You can get that. But go to Isaiah 1 and verse 3. You can get that. You go to Exodus. Difference. Yeah, come on, you there. I'm gonna show you something real quick.
You want First Thessalonians? Prove all things?
Hold that. So where we at?
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3.
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. Come on.
The ox knoweth his owner.
Right, so it's showing that the ox, talking about an animal, right? The ox knoweth its owner, which means that this animal knows where it belongs to, right? Knows what stable to go to. It knows who feeds him, who he is owned by, right? Go ahead.
And the ass, his master's crib.
You see that? Even a donkey, right? One of the dumbest animals. A dumb animal, stubborn animal, knows where to go back to, right? Knows his house. You see the correlation? Check this out. Read.
But Israel.
But who?
Israel.
And Israel, we understand is who? The so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. See him on that sign right there? The blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, all the way from the so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, right? The Haitians, the Panamanians, come on, all the way down to the Cubans, Colombians, Brazilians, right? All the way down to who? So-called Mexicans, right? These are our people, right? It says that ox knows its owner, the ass its master's crib, but Israel, what?
But Israel doeth not know.
Yeah, we don't know. Read.
My people doeth not consider.
We don't even consider where we come from. Why? I got a job to go to in the morning. You know what I mean? I got something to put in my belly. I ain't got to worry about the ethnicity, where I come from, bro. I'm good. I'm American. Nigga, I'm American. You know that's how they hit us. I'm American. I'm proud to be an American. Like, are you really? Right? You proud to be an American? You in captivity? A lot of us can't even get a passport to go anywhere. Felons, we ain't going nowhere but here. We're going to work here till the day we die. You see that? But we don't even know who we are. We're speaking now a bastardized language. Right? We're not speaking a dialect that wasn't what we normally spoke. You see this? But a lot of us think we're what? African. You see that? African. But I'm going to show you something, right? This is called the Zondervan Bible Pictorial Dictionary. Right? This is what scholars use to understand terms, right? Understand archaeology findings in the scriptures. The white man wrote this too, by the way. You know how it is, man. If a white man wrote it, you know it's real, right? But let's see one of the understandings that now he wrote about our people, right? So we're going to look up the word of what? Who got the Zondervan on? Who got the Zondervan on? Right? We're going to look up Ham. Ham was one of the sons of Noah, right? And I'm going to hit you with just a few and we'll end it, right? I'm going to hit you with a few just to get that mind dancing, right? So let's look up, you don't have it?
No, I left it home.
Oh, y'all, oh, okay.
Lacking.
Oh, y'all lacking, man.
Take
You got to keep something on standby. So I'll read it, right? Ham, right? This is what it says. The youngest son of Noah, probably born or born probably about 96 years before the flood, right? And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, Ham, right? Noah's son. Noah flood. The flood was real. How do we know this? You have sea crustaceans at the top of Mount Everest, all these different mountains, all these different hills. You have literally fish and organisms from the sea that's now in these mountains. How did it get there? Well, because the flood story is accurate. You see that? And then we can go to other archaeological finding. The Sumerian, was it the Sumerian? I think it was the Sumerian kings that had a list of kings pre-flood and after flood. This is not even white men's history. This is now the Sumerian, I think it was, before I misquote, it was the Sumerian king list. There it is. Surviving copies of the Sumerian king list date back to 21 BC, right? What is striking about the list of the Sumerian kings is that the kings are divided into 2 groups. Those who ruled before a great flood and those who ruled after it. So it does what? It validates the story of the flood that was in the scriptures. We knew it was real, but now archaeology is now showing you that the story of the Bible, of the flood, is real. You see this? So it's speaking about Ham now, right?
Right.
After the flood, it says he became the progenitor of the dark races. We understand that Noah and his family were all black and dark, right? But it says he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. It says not the Negroes, right? But the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, the Canaanites. These are all African people, right? So the so-called white man is making a separation between us and Africans. You see this? Just because we're the same complexion doesn't mean that we're now from the same seed. You see this? And what I mean by that is I'm talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Down the line. I want you to read that though. It says not the Negroes. So it's making a separation. But why though? Go to yeah, you go there. You can go there.
I got Deuteronomy too.
Okay, go there real quick. And I'm going to just show you just a few scriptures to show you how the Heavenly Father chose us above all nations and why we're getting whoops. You see this? Why are we the ones? Yes, we were the ones that were supposed to rule the earth, but why are we in the position that we are today? I can't give it to you all in one time. I wish I could, but I can at least give you a little sample.
That's crazy. I always, since I graduated high school, I thought about that.
About what?
You're supposed to rule the world. But
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know why.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. All jokes aside, I think I'm reincarnated. My age.
Tell you what?
Reincarnated. I feel like I got an old soul.
Right.
I was already here. Just don't make it known.
Right? And we can go into that too. You know, the Bible speaks of, you know, regeneration. Right?
Yeah, what they call that again?
You said it?
Not a flashback.
Oh, you talking about a, not a flag, you talking about a, deja vu?
Yeah.
Right, like, it seems like I've been here before.
Yeah, like, hold on.
What am I supposed to know, right?
Like, I feel like I did this already. It's
Right,
happened several times in my life.
right. You know, and we can go into that a lot more, you know, and that's the beauty about the scriptures, right? It's the beauty about the scriptures is because we literally, man, the Bible gives us all that information. And that's why I said any questions you have, write it down, we'll tap into it. We're not scared to go into questions. You see that? But let's read this real quick.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7.
Go ahead.
But against any of the children of Israel
Right.
shall not a dog move his tongue
Come on.
against man or beast,
Right, so against none of the children of Israel, nobody's going to wag their tongue, beast. Go ahead.
that ye may know,
That you may know what?
that ye may know
Go ahead.
how that the Lord doeth put a difference
Right.
between the Egyptian
Uh-huh.
and Israel.
You see that? So the Lord is showing us that there was a difference between the children of Israel and the Egyptians, which we know forefather was Ham, right? But not only is it the Egyptians, it's also the Canaanites. That was another nation within Africa, right? The Ethiopians, which was another nation in Africa, right? That we are not the same family. You see that? We don't even look alike. Our swag is different. The only thing that brings us close is skin complexion. You see that? But again, the first the first brothers and sisters walking the earth was what? Dark complected anyway. You see that? The first anomaly was who? Who was the first anomaly that came on the earth that was different complexion than everybody else?
The white man.
Who?
Esau.
Okay, well we know his forefather is the spirit of what?
Cain.
Cain, right? So Cain got hit with that leprosy, got hit with that mark, right? So we knew that he was one of the first light skins, right? Again, think about it. Now we look at the so-called white man and we look at him like almost like he's a god. The blue eyes, oh man, they got those nice features, right? Those are recessive traits. Not knowing that we hold all dominant traits. You see this? That we are the makers of the world, right? From our forefather, which is Abraham, and we know, again, I don't want to get too much detail dealing with Yahweh Shai creating the earth, but we are the first man, right? But what we're going to go to is show how the Heavenly Father chose us above all people. Go here. Go to 2nd Esdras. Go to 2nd Esdras. Go to 2nd Esdras. Right? 6. Go to 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Right? Where we at?
54.
Huh?
6 and 8.
You said 54? Man, come on, man.
Or 9.
Where am I at? 2nd Esdras chapter. Oh, my fault. I was in the wrong. I was at 5. My apologies. I was in the wrong chapter. Yeah, go to 54. Yep.
God.
So I want you to read this real quick. Go ahead.
2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 54.
Come on.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord.
Right, because you heard of Adam and Eve, right? You heard of Adam and Eve? Which were now a tribe of people, right? And we can go into that as well, right? A tribe of people. Go ahead.
Whom thou madest Lord
Right.
of all thy creatures.
Right, because they ruled the earth, the Adamites, right? They had dominion over the whole earth at a time. Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
Of him come we all, right? Go ahead.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
Right, because the Most High chose a certain elect of people, right? Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee,
Come on.
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Yeah, the world was meant for us, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, right? It was meant for us to rule, but this is now where we slipped up, right? We stopped doing what we were supposed to do to uphold or to hold rulership. We start doing opposite of the Creator. You see that? The Creator says, don't smoke weed. What we want to do? Smoke weed. Creator said, put down the pork. What we want to do? Man, I'm about to have bacon on that Baconator, right? Double portion on that Baconator, right? But we know in our dietary law that pork was an unhealthy animal for us to eat. Mind you, it didn't say that it's unhealthy. It just said don't eat it. Right. But now we have scientific understanding that shows forth that what? You now get worms in your head from pork, right? They call it yes, parasites, but it's another trichinosis worm. Trichinosis worm being your brain, your body, when you overeat on pork. You see this? Very, very bad for you. Why? Pork doesn't have pores, right? To now cleanse its body. So all those mucus and toxins are in that meat. And what do we eat? You get 3 pieces of pork for what, $2 at the store? Pork is the cheapest meat out. Right. But why though? Come on, that's what we can afford, but that's what's killing us off. You see that? But the Lord told us not to eat it. Right. Go ahead.
As for the other people.
Right. So as for the other people outside of Israel, go ahead.
Which also come of Adam.
They come of Adam. Go ahead.
Thou hast said.
Because remember, the reason why it says it comes of Adam because of Noah. Noah was from the lineage of Adam. Right? And his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, which is what populated the earth going forth. Right? And we can, again, edify more on that for you another time. Go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
Nothing.
So the Most High looks at all the other nations outside of us as nothing. You see this? And is going to edify more. Go ahead.
But be like unto spittle.
So these nations are like spit when it regards what we're going to read further down about how he chose us above all nations, right? He doesn't care about them. They're almost like trash, right? No, let's say this. Let's say you're taking a shower and your shower curtain's open, right? And you got water kind of sprinkling. Are you trying to catch those drops that's coming out the side of your bathtub? Hell no, you're not. You're like, bro, dang, I gotta close this up, right? You try to wipe up all the stuff. You don't care about that. You're like, oh, right? This is how the Heavenly Father now feels about these other nations. The apple of his eye, what he cares about is his boo. It's like this, right? You're in a relationship. You have your loved one, right? Are you caring about the other women, right? Are they near and dear in your mind, in your heart? No, you're dealing with your boo, right? We are the Most High's loved one. You see that? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Go ahead.
And has likened the abundance of them.
Again, the heathen is likened to the abundance. Go ahead.
Unto a drop.
Right.
That falleth from a vessel.
So he doesn't really care about them. Go ahead. And this is why, again, as we get more and more adept with the studying, why this nation, the regime of people, the heathens have to be destroyed, right? And taken out of power. Go ahead.
And now, O Lord, behold.
Check this out. I want you to hear this. Read.
These heathens.
These heathens, right? Which is every nation outside of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Which have ever been reputed as nothing.
They've been reputed or known as nothing. Go ahead.
Have begun to be lords over us.
You see that? And this was the turnaround in our power. We used to rule the earth, but now these people of no value, these people that have been reputed as nothing, have now taken lordship over us. You see that? Come on, we didn't come off the trees, bro. We got too much swag. We got we like too much gold. We like too many finer things to come from a beastly state. You see this? No, we walk around like we're a priestly people or a king-like, queen-like people. You see this? Why do you think when we get taxes, everybody turning up? New whips, new clothes, eating good. Because that resonates in our spirit because we did used to do that. You see that? We weren't out there eating from our fingers. Right? Cavemen-like. Right? We weren't washing with spit. You know? We weren't just walking around naked as they want to make us to believe. We were a people of value. Go ahead.
And to devour us.
Yeah, so they have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Go ahead.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called